Hello Internet, welcome back to our Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead series. In the last episode, we explored a survivor's bunker. We approached it very cautiously and carefully this time instead of barging in like an idiot. Ultimately, we killed 2 survivor zombies and it turned out the bunker was, well, frankly, just a huge disappointment. There's really nothing there. Could have been RNG, but honestly, the bunker is so small that it seems like a pointless location to me. I don't understand why someone would build a bunker and not stock the bunker, but whatever, that's, RNG, I don't know. So, a little frustrated, I moved on. We did encounter some wasps and zombies fighting in the woods, which was not great, but thankfully they were distracted by one another, so we were able to just walk away. We got in our vehicle and we began exploring the area, still looking for a science lab, hoping, fingers crossed, for a science lab. We came across some more light industry and explored the location, came away with absolutely nothing. Then we headed up the road and found a farmhouse. I was going to stop and investigate, hopefully to find some animals for us to eat. But instead we found a pretty sizable horde of zombies, really for no reason. We explored the house, didn't find anything, and that's where we are now. So welcome back, Internet. I'm a little annoyed today, so not gonna lie. Last few episodes have been not great, trying to get my head on right, trying to be less irritated, but we're not having a lot of luck lately. We're gonna check this other farmhouse, but if there's another horde, we're just gonna leave. I don't feel a reason to clear these big hordes when, like, I just don't understand. Anyway, let's not get frustrated. Did take a break between episodes to calm down a bit, but I'm just having a not great time anyway. My whole week has been just shot with work stuff and everything. We'll check this farmhouse. Thankfully appears to be, nope, it's gonna have zombies in, oh, giant bee as well. Where are you? Really don't want to deal with the giant bee. I believe the bees are not hostile by default. I think they only get hostile when you get close to them. You're ignoring me? Yeah, so I don't think we're going to bother with the bee. We are going to pop this. You hear bark. Okay, so the old farmhouses, which this might be one. Yeah, I think this is one of the old layout farmhouses. I'm trying to remember. I put... So the farmhouses used to be the same thing over and over and over. It would be one farmhouse, a barn, and then a field with assorted fruits and things like that. Now, someone else changed the way crops work, so nowadays it's actually like proper farm fields. And I had added to the initial farm location a silo, a greenhouse, and something else I don't remember. Maybe a chicken coop, I don't remember. I don't think that's what this is. I mean, this is clearly a silo, but I don't think this is the one I made, because I think I made that flush with the house. I don't remember. But this looks like the old farm layout, because it has the barn, and we're hearing noises, and what I remember, it used to spawn a huge horde of zombies and a few zombie dogs, so I'm guessing that's what's in here. Although it barked. Do zombie dogs bark? You hear bark. You hear bark. Did that anger the bee in any way? No. Let's get our gun out. Oh, I don't want to drop this spear out here. Let's back off and leave the spear in our battery pile and wield the gun. So if there are aggressive dogs in there, we can deal with them. Oh, I do hear zombies dying. It might be real dogs in there fighting zombies. This is a dumb thing to do. If you're watching this and you do a casual playthrough, don't do this. But I'm gonna pop this. Ignore. Okay, some regular dogs. And they're gonna be hostile because the zombies are gonna injure them, which makes them hostile to everything. Some tough zombies, quite a few tough zombies. And I think the idea behind the barn is like a Walking Dead reference. No spoilers, but there's some zombies in a barn at one point. But I don't really get the zombie in a barn thing. It just seems like a weird thing to have a barn full of zombies. So they're gonna get hostile because so this one's hostile now. Yeah, because it was injured by the zombie. All right, well, thankfully we can get some meat out of this. Oh, hit the dog by accident. Whatever. It was gonna, I was gonna do that eventually anyway to harvest them for meat. Looks like they've killed the other dog. Unfortunate. Let's deal with these guys. And we're gonna keep an eye on those bees because I don't know if bees respond to noise. but we want to be aware of them if they do. Let's back off into the light, see if anything comes out. Where's this bee at? It does not seem to be getting any closer. In fact, it looks like on my mini-map it's moving away. And looks like there were not a horde of zombies. There was only a few zombies in here. But we're going to keep our eye out for other dogs. We see a cat somewhere. Climbs over the split rail fence. Where's this cat at? Whatever. We do see some animals here, which is fine. Oh, hello dog. Don't, are you hostile? You're not hostile. You're fleeing and you're very injured. I'm going to let you go as the sole survivor, but you're very injured, which makes me think you're going to attack me once you get some HP back. But for now, we'll pulp the corpses. Got some meth, of course. We'll pulp the corpses and then we'll begin our butchery to harvest all this meat and not let this meat go to waste. Through the lens we already have. We start the game with that, actually, as the backpacker profession. So everything's pulped. Let's haul some corpses out here. And we're going to try to get all of them. It's going to take some time to deal with all of them. And I don't know, the meat might rot a little bit. We're going to let that cat go as well. I don't see a reason to really mess with the cat. We have some straw, not really anything I want. Any other bodies? Yes, multiple. If, oh, that dog died. The dog bled to death would be my guess. So that's, oh nope, there he is. So now you're angry again. You should have just left, man. We're just gonna pass some turns. Oh, I thought it would come back. It did not. So we'll see what it does here. We can't really haul. I mean, we can. My concern is that, and we're bleeding, but not very much. My concern was that, oh yes, stop, because it's gonna come to me now that I'm in the light. Because it can see me now. So we don't want to haul and let it get close and attack us. Dog, I was gonna let you go, man. You didn't have to, it didn't have to be this way. Didn't have to be this way, pupper. Alright, any other bodies? One more. Man, this is gonna take a really long time to butcher all of these. But it's meat. We can't just walk away from meat. Oh, 5 minutes? That's much, oh no, because we want a full butcher. Because these are small enough animals that we can do a full butcher. Yeah, I don't think we... Yeah, just full butcher. Well, let's look at the meat. How much meat? 12 meat? That's crazy. That freaking bear only gave us 18. Although I did quick butcher that because we couldn't... Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to full butcher some of these. And gather what we can. There's a sheep here as well. And I don't know what the rot timer on meat is. It's like a day, right? At least. Oh, you can't full butcher a sheep? That's fine. Let's quick butcher the sheep. And so we should be able to do all this without worrying about them rotting. That bee. Hello, bee. I super wish you weren't here. If I get close to you, are you going to get hostile? Let's haul away from the bee. There's no reason for you to be near me. Please don't come near me. Let's put this meat in our freezer. Quite a lot. Why do I not have volume for this? Was my backpack destroyed? No. I thought I dropped all this random crap. Why is all this stuff in my... Oh, we picked it up in the house. That's right. Let's drop all this. No reason to carry this stuff with us. Did I favorite that claw bar, by the way? I did. Drop all that. Zombie spotted. Ignore. If the zombie gets hostile with the bee, we could have... Oh, the bee is now hostile because the zombie injured it. Yeah. So, I'm going to kill the bee. Are you still hostile? Do you stay hostile? I think you do. They don't have great vision, but we really can't have it messing around while I'm trying to butcher. So, yeah, we're just going to take some shots. Okay, the bee is dead. We managed to critical it there. So the bee is going to have tainted meat because they're mutate, or not tainted, but mutant meat because it's a mutated creature. So we're not going to deal with that. We're going to keep our gun out just in case. All right, let's put this valuable stuff in our freezer to get that started on freezing, just to keep that timer as, you know, as short as possible. and grab all of this. We'll take all that with us. And we will deal with the rest of these bodies as well. So this is a nice little haul. It's given us more meat than... Make sure all that went in our freezer and not on the ground. How much space do we have left? It's about half full. So this is giving us quite a lot of meat compared to the little bit that we got from the bear. Again, we were only able to quick butcher the bear, but you would think because of it being a bear that it would have been significantly more meat even with quick butchery, but that is apparently not the case, so that's fine. We now have food for several weeks, which is great. I don't need the pelts. I never do anything. Back when I started playing, I remember tanning my own like hides and stuff, but I just don't I don't do that anymore. There's no reason to do that really, unless you're playing an in the woods style playthrough. Just because things are so much more readily available in the actual world. That is not the crafting menu. Look for cooked meat because we are hungry. So we'll eat some meat because I believe all day today, I think the hot plate is the kitchen unit, right? So all day today we haven't really eaten anything. We've been exploring, we've been butchering quite a lot, which of course has made us very weary, which means we burnt a lot of calories by doing that. So we really need to be mindful of that because we're already teetering kind of on the brink of what is our safe weight and everything. So we really need to be more mindful of our calories in the future. How are we doing weight-wise? You feel quite full and a bit sluggish. Yeah, that's pretty much my day-to-day. So we're at normal weight, which is good. Man, our guy's 38 years old. I didn't know that. And we're 6'6", quite a tall lad named Ulysses. Ulysses does seem like an old-fashioned name. I like that name. That's from, which one is, one's Odysseus and the other is Ulysses, right? It's, Homer. Like, which one is which? I don't remember. I don't care. Let's sleep because we are tired. We were going to keep exploring during the daylight, but that was, you know, like 7 hours ago. So I think we're fine to sleep. When we get up, it should be about morning or late evening or whatever, or late night, I mean. Yeah. All right, man, we haven't gotten a random question in a while. We should probably do that. Been struggling a bit, you know, with these videos. It seems like I just haven't been having fun, I guess, is what it comes down to. And when I'm not having fun, it becomes harder to play the game and try to be like, I've been complaining a lot. I've been struggling a lot with that. So I don't know. We're getting calorie dense food messages, which again makes sense. Let's grab ourselves a random question so we have something not horrible to talk about. All right, random question. How do you make friends? I don't make friends. I don't believe in friends. I don't believe that's a real thing. I think that's a myth fabricated by the establishment to hold people down. You don't need friends. Friends are not real. I mean, historically, you know, you go to school mostly is where I made friends when I was a teenager. It's easy to make friends when you're young. You know, you go to school and you're surrounded by peers, you know, all day, every day. You're surrounded by people who are your age, who have very similar life experiences. You know, all that stuff makes you kind of fit together. Like, don't get me wrong, there are always cliques and things like that. But in general, you usually settle in to a clique, right? Like, you usually, like for me, when I was young, you know, middle school into early high school, I was with the outcasts because I was a weirdo. And so I was friends with like the stoners and the kind of idiots, you know, the kids who didn't take things very seriously. I was a pretty funny kid for the most part. Like, you know, I watched a lot of stand-up and things like that. So I usually was regarded as pretty funny, I think, by most people. So I often settled into the kids who were also like sarcastic and kind of goofy or funny in some way, you know, or comedic, you know. So that was like the majority of people that I interacted with, probably. But it's easy then, you know, you make friends because you're forced to be together, right? You're in school, you have to be there for hours and hours every day. You're literally sitting 2 feet from someone, you know, that's your own age that you could possibly relate to. So then, yeah, you share bond over experience. That's why the kids in football all hang out with the other kids in football, is because they have similar hobbies and life experience. They're doing the same things. They, if you put a football player and like the super academic together, which I'm not saying they can't coexist in the same person, but let's just say star quarterback hooks up and is spending time, not hooks up, but like hangs out with the valedictorian. They don't have a lot of overlap in experience, right? The football player is spending the majority of his time training and playing games and being that kind of person. And the valedictorian spends most of their time doing homework and, planning their class schedule and really fixating on home, projects and things like that. And just because of that difference in experience, they don't have that much overlap. It's part of why cliques form, is because people have different experiences. So I think it's easy when you're a teen, you just find a group of people that do the same thing that you do, and then you sort of settle into that. And maybe you breach other friend groups. Like as I got older, like in my junior and senior year, I became just sort of a well-rounded guy that everyone seemed to like talking to. So like during my early middle school, early high school years, I was a outcast and weirdo. And then over time it became more like, oh hey, this guy's actually, a pretty interesting guy, and people wanted to hang around with me. So I would talk to everyone, the preps, the nerdy kids, the jocks. And I was from a small school, so a lot of those groups overlapped. But yeah, I don't know, it's easy when you're young. And then when you're older, it's mostly people you meet at work, right? So coworkers, people maybe you are dating someone and your girlfriend or whatever has her own group of friends, and then they become your friends and you get couple friends and things like that. So we see a wolf. We could deviate for the wolf, but we just had a pretty hefty bounty of animals from that farm, so I don't think that that's really necessary. I do want to check this vehicle, but it is problematic because the wolf may come bother us. Let's have a look at this vehicle. It looks like it has cameras on it, which I could take them and put cameras on our vehicle, but I probably won't. It has a recharging station as well. What kind of armor is this? Military composite. So this is like generally regarded as the better armor. I just don't want to deal with that right now. We're not going to do that. We could harvest the armor. We could harvest the cameras. I'm assuming those are cameras. I don't know what else they would be. And these things don't have windows, so it has to be a camera. Yeah. Do you have any lights on you? Or does the camera produce light as well? I don't know how that works, but I haven't put cameras on my vehicle. So basically the appeal of cameras is that you can build a completely closed vehicle and then set up cameras on the exterior so you never have to leave your vehicle to look around, and you have perfect vision radius and all that stuff. And you're fully hidden from the zombies, so you don't have to worry about them seeing you or harassing you or whatever. Man, too many trailer parks. I don't even want to go down here. Trailer parks, again, it's one of those things with monster density. The trailer parks tend to have a lot of dogs, which are very annoying, which in real life, I would guess, based on my experiences, that trailer parks do have a lot of dogs at them generally. Okay, interesting. We have a dirt road. I wonder where you go. Because when I saw that broken cabin out here, I don't know where we saw it, but we passed the broken cabin. It made me think of the Isherwood family, because they have one kind of generated on their land. The problem with dirt roads is that they often have boulders, and there's not enough space to back out if you get stuck. Like I'm presently stuck. What am I even stuck on? A lilac bush. Really? Oh, the car's still trying to move. Let's not get hit by our car. Smash the lilac bush. I have a lilac bush in my yard. It's one of the only flowering plants we have. We had pine trees and an apple tree. They've been cut down over the last few years, so we're not going to go down the dirt road. We would have to go on foot. They're already pretty difficult because of the boulders that spawn in the middle, and just trying to turn around and get back out can be a nightmare, so we're not going to drive up there. And I really don't feel like exploring on foot. There's not going to be anything over there that we want. So Car is too heavy for its engines. Yeah, that is something we need to be aware of. Anyway, I don't know. You meet coworkers, you get couple friends. Maybe you're friends with your neighbor or something as an adult. It's harder as an adult to make friends. When you're in college, when you're in high school, you're surrounded by people your own age with your, life experience. And I don't know. And dating is easier as well. And then again, having a partner makes it easier to make friends because you have a partner. And they have their own group of friends, and there's overlap, and you meet new people as a couple and become their friends, and it's just easier. So for someone like me, I'm 33 now. As of the time of this recording, I live a pretty solitary life. I don't date. I don't know that I have an interest in dating for the most part. And most of my social interaction is through Discord, which honestly, I'm fine with. Like at this point, it'd be nice to have people in real life. Every now and then I want to go to a movie or something, or go out to a diner, and I kind of wish I had someone to go with. For the most part, it doesn't really bother me, and I don't like going out of my house anyway. I'm something of a shut-in, a agoraphobe, whatever you want to call it. I just don't enjoy being outside, and I have a lot of social anxiety stuff, so for me, I always feel like people are watching me and talking about me and stuff like that, so just makes me uncomfortable to go places by myself. And even social interaction, even when I'm around people that I would like I went, a while back, I went to a pre-release for Magic the Gathering. Was super psyched to go. I was very involved in Magic at the time and was super excited to be able to go and play Sealed. It's my favorite form of Magic the Gathering. I don't know why I see a technician. Is this a sewer? A sugar house. That sounds like... What in God's name is a sugar house? It sounds like drug slang. Oh, we're going up to the sugar house. Maybe it literally is a sugar processing place. Yep, it literally is. Alright. We'll stop there because sugar does have its value. I want to know where I see this technician. Oh, that is the technician. I thought that was a standard zombie. Oh, we talked about that before. I wish that the technicians looked a little bit more technician-y. Okay. We want to kill them for CBMs, obviously. Let's swing north here so we have our floodlights pointed in the right direction. And pick up our spear. Where the gun? Oh, actually, that's a very scary creature. This is the first time I've seen them in Ultica. So we have a corrosive zombie. Oh man. Alright, so for those that don't know, corrosive zombies are the highest tier of the standard acid zombie evolutions. So it goes wretched puker, which we saw in the last episode, acidic zombie, spitter zombie, corrosive zombie. Acid zombies are mostly dangerous for the puddles of acid that they create on the ground. So a wretched puker, if it gets in melee with you, it has an acid barf ability, and that will spray you with acid, which hurts you, whatever body part it hits. Then it creates a pool of acid at your feet, which you no matter what you do, you're going to take damage from because it's at your feet. So if you move, you'll take damage on that first turn. And that acid pool can deal quite a lot of damage to your legs, plus it can add a corrosive damage over time on whatever body part it hits. So it's possible for them to barf on your legs, you stand in the acid, which hurts your legs, and then you get a corrosive ongoing effect of burning your legs. And so it's very possible when you get acid barfed to fully destroy your legs in just like 2 turns, 3 turns. So acid barf is the most dangerous acid-related ability. That is available to the wretched puker, the acidic zombie, and the corrosive. The spitter spits pools of acid, but they're really inaccurate, so they're usually the easiest to deal with. If you keep them at range, they can't barf on you. The corrosive has like a rifle ability, so it spits, which will hit your torso and deal damage, but it's the acid barf you really want to avoid. So we need to stay away from this thing and take it in melee. So what I was gonna do is walk up with my gun out to draw out the technician, then swap to my spear and murder it. But with the corrosive, we actually have to be really careful, because if the technician takes our gun, we can't deal with the corrosive zombie. So what I'm seeing is that the corrosive can actually see me right now, but the technician can't. So we're going to let the corrosive come out to us, and hopefully the technician lingers behind and can't pull our weapon away. So I'm going to back off. We see more as well, it looks like, in here. So I'm going to back off and hope that the corrosive comes on its own, which is not happening. It looks like the technician was popping out. Where did the corrosive zombie go? Because we really need to be careful here. The corrosive can kill us on its own, let alone if our weapon gets jacked by a technician. So I want to get in range of the corrosive, but not the technician, which seems like is what's happening. So let's back off because we don't want our weapon stolen. Okay, so now I think we're okay. Swap to the gun. And they're not super tanky or super fast or anything like that. We just need to be really careful about it closing into melee range, or even just its spitting range, because if it can shoot us with its corrosive ability, if I recall correctly, it's basically a guaranteed hit on your torso. I think it only targets the torso. Oh, and it did spray. Why? What happened? What happened here? Because it made the machine gun sound, which is the sound in this tile set that the spit makes when it shoots. You hit it, you hit it, you hit it. It leaks acid. It dies. Acid sprays out of it as it is hit. Okay, so they also have the splashback ability. So if you hit them, they can spray you with acid. So I'm guessing that's what this is, because it just sprayed acid everywhere. But it's not a pool of acid, so I think this will go away quickly, or it might not even hurt us if we walk in it. I think it's just a blood effect, basically. But here we have a pool of acid, which of course is very, very dangerous, and we should not walk in. Let's grab our spear. This will draw, unfortunately, the other zombies out, but as long as they're not corrosives, we should be pretty okay. So let's let him come out here. He's going to try to pull our weapon. Let's see if he does it. And we'll shoot him if he does. He failed, so we're going to close in, and we're going to murder him. Okay. So that's 2. Again, I thought I saw a third one in there. So let's just, again, being very careful. Usually, we're not very far in the game. We're only about 38 days into the game. Corrosives usually show up pretty late in the game. So the fact that we saw one means it's possible that there's something in here upgrading them. It's possible that they are manually placed in this location, so there could be more. Or it is possible it just RNG'd and gave us a corrosive, but we really need to be careful. Okay, so I think we're going to go in, and we're going to use our flashlight so we can see what we're looking at. And maple syrup, I mean, 200 liters is too much. We don't need that much, ever. We're never going to use that much. But we should take some with us. We got some drills and a spile there, which I believe in this game you can tap trees and have them harvest over time. We do hear something inside. I'm hoping it's another technician. See 3 zombies, including a child. 2 regular zombies and a snot gobbler. This is the child boomer. I don't think they spit. I think they just explode. Like, you know, the boomer vomits on you. I don't think they do that. And there's a zombie child as well. So it looks like there's a decent number of zombies here, which I don't love. I don't understand, really. Because this seems like a place that's actually processing syrup into sugar, so I don't understand why there are children here, or why there are standard zombies here either. If they were going the technician route, I don't know why they're just regular. Maybe they're just more workers, but I don't understand why the kids are here at all. Maybe it's supposed to be. Is it open to the public? You know, like I remember being a kid, and we would go to. Geez, where did we go? We went to somewhere, and they would sell these little straws of just syrup that you could taste, the different flavored syrups, and you could buy for like a nickel. They were just like a little, like literally a straw that's closed up that has syrup in it. And that was open to the public, and we went there as kids, and I assume that was like a touristy thing. So maybe that's what this is supposed to be. There are a lot of tables, so presumably they are serving people this stuff. I don't get what this place is. Like, are there waffles in here or something? Like, what's the deal with this place? It's just syrup. There's nothing else here. Yogurt? Sports drink? Yeah, what is it? Are you just serving these people raw syrup? Okay, well, whatever. We're going to pop out. We're going to dissect this technician. And we're going to destroy this corrosive, which is this one, I believe. It is, and the acid tile is gone, so we can dismember this thing. Again, don't smash acidic zombies. They can splash you with acid if you smash them, so don't do that. Tainted meat, no thank you. And we're going to... let's haul you in front of the lights so I can use my vehicle power instead of my flashlight to harvest you. And again, we were never able to raise our first aid skill, so the odds of us actually getting CBM's pretty not great. Butcher, dissect. Do I have my best dissection tool? Exacto knife. I feel like I have a scalpel somewhere. Let's check. Would it be tools or weapons? Scowl? We do have a scalpel. So we're going to swap. If we have a look at the Exacto knife versus the scalpel, Exacto knife has a fine cutting of 2, which I believe is the dissection quality you're looking for. Scalpel has a 3, and then I believe the surgical scalpel CBM is like, it's the only one in the game that has 4, I think, is a level 4 quality. Plus it has crazy good butchering, the surgical scalpels do, so those are always preferable to having an Exacto knife or a scalpel or butchery tools in your inventory. So we can lose the Exacto knife. So that will very, very slightly increase our ability to harvest CBMs. Not much of a bump, really. I mean, it's 50% better, but it's not the main factor. The main factor is our actual skills, I believe. So we want to dissect 52 minutes, which I have no idea how long an autopsy takes in real life. Probably a really long time. You do have a cordless drill, which I'll take. We never did find one. We had to build our own hand drill, I believe. So no bionics. It's a bummer, but what are you gonna do? I mean, we can't even find a science lab, so it's not like we can actually find an autoclave and get these things installed anyway. How are we doing here space-wise? We're fine. All right, so that's the sugar house. Interesting location, I guess. I guess we should take... do I have any gallon jugs? How do I... where would my... I don't think I have a spare... yeah, I do. I have a spare parts pile here somewhere. Oh, no, but they would be containers. They wouldn't be spare parts. Yeah, so I doubt I brought gallon jugs with me. No, not gack. Gal. We have a gallon jug. I mean, we'll fill it. Who cares? We'll fill it up with syrup. I'm not taking a 200-liter drum of maple syrup. So let's unload the maple syrup, pour in the container, gallon jug. So there we have a gallon of maple syrup. Fantastic. You can use, so it can be used as a sugar component in a lot of things. Alternatively, I believe you can refine syrup into sugar if I look for sugar. It comes from sweet water. Okay. Can I make sweet water? Sweet water? Can use maple syrup. So we could make sweet... that's weird that we have to go with an intermediate product, but whatever. We could make sugar directly from our maple syrup. Not directly, but from our maple syrup if we were so inclined. I wish I could take more of it. Like 1 gallon is a lot, but it's also not a ton. All we have is a couple plastic... yeah. So unless there's a gallon jug on here... yeah, no. So... alright. Still, an interesting location. Obviously a great place to go if you're looking for a lot of sugar products, but anyway, I think for now we're going to call the episode. Oh, you know, I didn't treat my wounds when we slept. I really should have done that to get a little extra healing. It's been so long since we really had to deal with that I didn't even think about it. Alright, Internet, for now that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll be back with more Cataclysm in the near future, and I'll see you in the next one.